to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. That's returnable now for Smith. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And Lance now to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On the option, a handoff to Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's checking. Crash. Let's keep Slam.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. And that's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He'll get this off to Swift. And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Back to the running game with Swift. Running right through him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down and 4, Lance. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right?
No.
Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
One, right?
Burrow looking to pass. Flush to his right. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally, you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
First down, Denver.
We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. 2nd down and 7. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll find Everett there, complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Touchdown, Broncos. DJ Moore, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Giants nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On the option to give to Swift here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play, because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
What part of the run empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now Burrow. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Check back, around and check back. Real green. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, check back.
Now Lance. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Giants. A.J. Brown, 49 yards. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. DJ Moore, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Giants 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Check. Hey, check. Cycle. Get that quarterback at all costs. Hey, check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. You ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Giants.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
Lance now on first down. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He's at the 40. 20, 10.
That's what it is,
and
baby.
he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, watch the slant.
On play action, Lance. He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out. Hey, check Michael Allen, check Michael Allen. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. You don't want it. Hey, check Michael Allen.
Here's Lance.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And this is caught by Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, check Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check Mike.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Green. Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Now a play fake. Lance. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back.
Lance looking to throw it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action, now it's Lance. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Burrow on play action. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Bobby Okereke with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Another try after the first down sack. Lance, this ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Check Mike. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, check.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Check Mike 11.
And now Joe Judge going to turn to an official and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And this is caught. It's Brown. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A.J. Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Here we go. Ready?
Now a carry for Sanders. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Burrow. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Let's go, D, tighten up. check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon. Here we go. Hey, check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon. Switch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. There's the first NFL catch for Devontae Smith. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Hey, check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon.
No gain on this defense, no gain. No peek.
Lost motion. Safe, boys. Alert flare.
Strike. Check, strike. Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
At the 34-yard line.
Hey, check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon.
And Lance going to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon.
You must be dreaming.
Hey, check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon. All day, just like that, just like that. Check. Lucky.
Hey, move.
Hey,
Lance looks to throw again. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Marcus Golden getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
All day. Hey, check Michael Landon, check Michael Landon. Check Michael Landon.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Quick slant to Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Big end.
Shot. 17.
Whip. Watch the whip. Hatchet.
Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Trey Lance now with his 3rd touchdown of his 1st ever NFL game. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. from the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 39, Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Christian Kirk, 61 yards. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Koo now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 38, Giants 24.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Exit.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Quez Watkins, 49 yards. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes the score Broncos 45, Giants 24. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Got you, boy. I got you, boy. Hey, check Mike.
Hey, Green. Rabbit.
Hey, check.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Flushed out right. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
On play action, Lance. And that's complete to Trey McKinney, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Once again, it's Swift. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Coming to you, coming to you.
On first down, Lance. He's got McKinney complete to his tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, check Mike 11.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
We got 4. We got 4. Hey, watch number 5. Kill.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Let's go.
One final try now for Lance. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is...